Hello, welcome. This is Roland. Today I want to read a little bit to you from the book Experiencing God Through Prayer by Madame Jeanne Guyon. I'd like to read to you from chapter 8, Transforming Love. She says, St. Augustine once said, "Love God and then do what you please." If you will obey this commandment of Jesus, to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself, then you will be assured that you are praying in God's will. Yes, that's exactly right. Christ said to love God with all your mind, heart, strength, soul. And there's great wisdom in that. Great wisdom. See, we love ourselves. The problem is we love ourselves more than we love anything else, as long as we're prideful. As long as we want to be prideful, or as long as we're resentful. See, I think that's an important point that I should make. And that is that some people are arrogantly prideful. You've seen them. They puff up and think they're better than other people. I'm sure you've seen people like that. Although, admittedly, most of us must sheepishly admit that secretly, we judge others, don't we? Secretly, we puff up and think we're better than they are. Secretly, we look down on them. See, here's another way of saying it. Instead of thinking we're better, we look down on them. We condemn them. There's another way. Maybe that's even better. We condemn them. Condemn them for their faults. Even though we have faults, yet we condemn them. But like I said, you've seen people that puff up and are very arrogant. Well, maybe you're not that way. See, I guess most people aren't really that way. They're not really arrogant, looking down their nose at people, obviously. But they are prideful in a different sense, in that they resent other people. See, resentment reinforces pride. See, if you didn't resent, see, what is resentment but a little bit of hate? That's what it is, a little bit of hate. It's a judgment. It's a condemnation. And so what that means, ipso facto, if you are condemning another, judging them, condemning them, you are playing God over them. See, for example, if somebody is condemning you, how do you feel? You don't feel good about it at all. You think, how can they condemn me? They don't know all the circumstances. See, plus they're not so great either, but they don't know the circumstances. That's what you think when someone is condemning you. Or when you condemn another, perhaps secret. When you resent another, see, I'm going to say it again, so that I want you to understand that condemning other people, see, it doesn't have to be where you obviously puff up and look down your nose at them. You know, like you see an actor and actress in a movie. See, it doesn't have to be that. But when you resent them, it's the same thing. I want you to see that. You are forming a judgment and condemning. See, with a little touch of hatred mixed in. So now you see the effect of resentment. Now do you see the effect that it has on your children, on your partner? Because they see you condemn them. And then they condemn you for condemning them. See, you tempt them. See, you by your resentment. See, a lot of people, they think, well, resentment is just, I have a right to resent after what they did to me, or people take advantage of me and nobody appreciates me, and then you resent. See, so resentment, when you judge another person, it's an act of, when you resent another person, it's forming a judgment. And that resentment then reinforces pride. So in a roundabout way, a resentful person is just as prideful or more prideful than someone who's overtly arrogant. If you could see this basic point, is very important. Resentment does a lot of bad things, but I've already alluded, so it builds pride. It causes, resentment is pride. It's the emotion of pride. It reinforces pride. Okay? And it also then causes conflict with God, because here's the commandment. Jesus, this is his commandment. The commandment. Love God. See, a lot of people resent God too. That's right, they do. See, they resent God for some reason. Something happened in their life, maybe to someone. They had a friend that was killed, or in the war, or a high school classmate that suddenly, see, were killed somehow. See, or maybe a parent got cancer and died, and then the person resents God. See, resentment. But it doesn't matter who you resent. I mean, resenting God is obviously not a good idea. But whether you resent another person, circumstance, resent yourself, resent an object. If you bump your knee on the chair, then you resent the chair. See? A bird makes a dropping on your car. You just wash your car and a bird makes a dropping on your car. Then look carefully. If you experience a tiny bit of resentment, notice that along with the resentment is a judgment. See? As if life is unfair. As if God is unfair. See? See? So you just, that's why it's so the commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. See? Love your neighbor as yourself. Don't condemn. Okay? But see, then what happens is that then because we judge others, condemn them, resent them. But then we don't want to see our resentment and condemnation because we know that it's wrong. So what do? We rush to help them. We rush to be nice to them. We rush to make up to them. See? So it's an act of pride trying to save itself. So a lot of people, their whole life is that way. They resent other people and then they serve them. They resent and serve. Resent and serve. See? And so it's not really love. See, real love is not out of resentment. See? Most people have no idea what love is because all they've ever known is resenting other people and then feeling empty. And then in their emptiness needing something to fill the emptiness, needing love, which they get from people, but it's not a true love. It's a false love. It's an emotional love. It fills the emptiness with a sticky emotion. Or they get love from food. Or they get love from marijuana, or love from alcohol, or love from drugs. See? They get some kind of love, worldly love. But what does it do? It only makes you worse. It doesn't make you better. Only God's love makes you better. Now, how will you experience God's love? See, you will experience His love when you let go of your resentment. See, resentment blocks. It supports pride. Pride blocks. Pride puts you in conflict with God. When you let go of pride, but in order to let go of pride, first of all, you have to be willing to. You have to see yourself as you are and not reach for excuses and try to justify, and not hate yourself on the other hand. And you have to let go of resentment. Just let it go. Then God's love can flood your being. And when God's love does, see, then you know that you're loved. You know that He is there. You know that He doesn't hate you or condemn you. See, you thought He was maybe like you, judging and condemning. See, and once you've been loved in that way, then you can turn around and love other people. And how do you love other people? Because now, along with God's love, comes insight. And you see that you're resenting other people is harmful to them, tempts them to judge you. But you're rushing after them and spoiling them. See? Pretending to humble yourself, to build them up so that they will then tell you that you're okay. You're actually putting them on a pedestal. You're making them into a god. See? You pretend to worship them and you're nice to them so that they will take away, see, the guilt. But you don't want them to take away the guilt. You don't want them to take away your wrong. You don't want them to see you in a good light when you're not good. See? What you want is to just be there with your own wrong and not transfer it to someone else. Not try to fool someone. Not try to get them to take it away with their assurances, with their false love, with their marijuana, whatever they have for you. You just want to be there with you, with whatever's wrong. Your pride, your resentment. Just see it. Let God take it away. And He will. See, when you stop trying to defend it, and stop trying to save yourself, and stop trying to make yourself look good. Okay? I hope you enjoyed a little reading from Experiencing God Through Prayer by Madame Guyon.